if I'm the white man, if I'm the Chinese, if I'm the Arab, it's dangerous to fathom the African American and the African on the continent coming back together, relating differently, relating on a cohesive measure. That's dangerous. So they are going to make sure that they deploy methods to stop that. You see what I'm saying? They want us to divest. They want to divest our energy in Africa. They don't want us looking at Africa as a place of refuge, as a place of building, as an alternative. They don't ever want us to do that. Because then what you would do is you would kind of shift the global scale. You see what I'm saying? And all of them, that'll be to their detriment. But all of it's they're doing. You see what I'm saying? So they can never have us, they can never have the African at home and the African abroad to unite. That's why you have to deport a Marcus Garvey and make him neutralize him to the point to where he's meaningless. You see what I'm saying? You have to take Malcolm out of here. You know what I mean? You have to take Patrice Lumumba out of here. You got to do what you do.
What they did him, man.
Amilcar Cabral, Thomas Sankara, these people. You see what I'm saying? You have to make sure that there's no example of global African unity anywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes, that's very true. That's a good point that you brought up. They're gonna do everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen, which is again why this is such a thankless task.
Look.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm actually doing the opposite of that. And I'm starting with the children. You know what I mean? What Frederick Douglass says, it's easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men.
Man, big fact.
So you got to you have to start early. Because see, once you our age, you got to worry about mortgages, bills, insurance, all this kind of stuff. Your revolutionary spirit isn't as strong as a teenager, middle school, college student. You know what I'm saying?
Embedded in them.
Right. And when you embed it in them early, it helps define them, helps define their outlook and logic. And so they'll go through life with that as a fundamental base. Whereas, see, I didn't come into what we call consciousness till, I'd say when I was younger because what mama did, but most of our people don't come into that until it's too late anyway. They don't have the same fight. You know what I'm saying?
True.
They're not going to challenge the white man and look to, do some of the things that are necessary for our advancement. So yeah, I appreciate that point.
Let's touch on the children aspect again, because we know that there's a parent agenda against the children. I mean, that's an understatement, and so they're combating things like this. And that's why I tell people, we got to support our people that's putting their time, energy, and effort behind doing things to really help our people and help our children. And that's why I tell people, like, man, you can't sit up here and criticize people that's doing something to help. Even if you feel like it ain't gonna work, that's just your spirit. You have to be defeated spirit. But don't try to bring that person down because of what they're doing, because it does matter. Even with the movie Black Panther, you seen how much of an impact that had, even though it had its own agendas, but they still seen our black superheroes getting along, working together, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, I agree, man. The books, it helps dispel the narrative, especially when they come from a child standpoint,
Dispel the narrative and inducing that self-love, man. That's one of my things, one of my favorite things about Mr. Garvey. Marcus Garvey reinstituted self-love amongst black people. He made you love and understand the value in being an African person and why that's special. And why you are so unique in this world and why you are the moral, spiritual, biological guidepost for the planet. You know what I'm saying? Garvey did that. And Garvey understood, I can't lead a people who don't love themselves. You see what I'm saying? I can't motivate and inspire people who hate themselves. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of those things, that's another thing that I hold on to and try to make sure that I incorporate in these books. You know what I'm saying? Making sure our children love one another, love themselves so that they can love one another. You know what I mean?